20th, 2025 presents this token of appreciation and friendship to Ron Wray, music historian, trusted friend to all who play, sing, and entertain. Thank you, Ron, from all of us. You are indeed the keeper of the music.
Well, that's truly amazing. Somebody asked me yesterday how I got into the music business, being a guy who never played an instrument in his life. Well, I wanted to be one of the Ventures when I was a kid. And I wanted to be like Dave Feinstein and play just unbelievable guitar. So I rented one day and realized after about 2 months, all I could play was Walk, Don't Run. That was it. After hours and hours and hours of practicing. So I gave it up, and I walked into WLF Radio in Syracuse, and on the air that night was Marv Albert. And many of you know Marv is one of the greatest sports broadcasters in the history of radio and TV. Well, he was a student at SU, and I walked out of that radio station thinking, this guy gets paid to play music and have fun all night. How awesome is that? I can do that. So years later, probably 4 years later, the Beatles hit. I went into radio nights, 6 nights a week, had the greatest time. Now, where Steve ties in is I always favored the local musicians. A lot of stations didn't. I remember picking up a record. It was An Angel Is Missing by somebody called Ronnie James Dio from Portland. Played it, got to meet Ronnie and Dick Bodoff, who we saw earlier, at Three Rivers Inn, and that led to years of friendship with those particular guys. Ronnie's true legend led me to 50 years of friendships with Dave Rock Feinstein, Carl Kennedy, Freddie Villano, the Rods, and a few of these gentlemen and ladies sitting behind me, one being Steve Corey, the other being Joe Leo, who I met in a band called Mickey Rat. How about that for a name? Yeah, and the vocalist was somebody right next to me here, by the way. And that led to years and years of friendships in Cortland. But one thing I'm going to say, every time I come to this town, I have to brush away the great, great memories that I had of Cortland music, the music scene, and the great friendships, including everybody on this stage tonight, and so much appreciated. Now, that never ended. People say to me, well, you're retired from your job, what do you do? You never retire from the music business. Joe Leo, you hear that? You never retire from the music business. You try it, but it doesn't work. And Danielle, I've known for many, many years, as well as a lot of other people on this stage. So appreciate this. And when I drove in tonight with my wife, Nancy, by the way, who was born in Cortland, New York, how did I miss that, huh? I ran into a really good friend on the way in here, Mickey Lee Sewell. And Mickey Lee, I always relate to one of the greatest bands I've ever seen. And I've seen everybody from Led Zeppelin and on and on and on. He was in a band with Rock and Ronnie James Dio and Gary Driscoll called Elf. And I knew Ronnie before I knew Rock, but the years now with Rock and the continued friendships with the Rods, Steve, and everybody behind me, Danny and his great band, the Austin Shell Band, I went, holy background. Rick Shell, another great Cortland guy. Wherever you are, Rick. So I just want to personally thank you for myself, my family, for loving local and central New York music. It never ends. Portland is one of the greatest music towns per capita of great musicians I have ever seen in my life, and I've been everywhere. So Steve, especially to you, Joe, thank you very much.
Ron Wray, everybody, come on.
All right, well, while we're having this big love fest up here,